Hi everyone. So today we are here to discuss our last case study for this semester. so
Yay!
so to begin our discussion, let me begin by describing the objectives of our case study for this time. First one is to identify what is galactosyl ceramide in cattle about, and the second one is to understand the process of synthesis of galactosyl ceramide, which is one of the part in the chapter of lipid metabolism. And throughout our discussion, there are a few new veterinary terminologies that we encountered, and one of it is sphingolipid, which means polar head group consists of carbohydrate unit. So to start our discussion, maybe Mary, you can begin by describing what is galactocerebroside.
Okay.
Introduce.
My name is Mary Loria Coming and my matrix number is 178685. So, galactocereboside or galactosylceramide is a type of cereboside consisting of a ceramide with a galactose residue at the 1-hydroxyl moiety. Galactocerebrosidosis is known as globoid cell leukodystrophy. Galactosylceramide lipidosis or Krebs disease. The galactose is cleaved by galactosylceramidase. Galactocerebrosis is a marker for oligodendrocytes in the brain, whether or not they form myelin. Krebs is a degenerative disorder that affects the nervous system. It is caused by the shortage or deficiency of an enzyme called galactosylceramidase. This enzyme deficiency impairs the growth and maintenance of myelin, the protective covering around certain nerve cells that ensures the rapid transmission of nerve impulses. Krebs disease is part of a group of disorders known as leukodystrophies, which results from the loss of myelin, or also known as demyelination. This disorder is also characterized by the abnormal presence of globoid cells, which are globe-shaped cells that usually have more than one nucleus. So that's all for my part. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Ikmal, maybe you can explain what are the causes and consequences this case study.
Okay, before that, my name is Iqbal Syamil bin Adam and my matrix number is 178325. So, what is the really cause of the galactoceramide? Okay, or we know as Krebs disease. So firstly, galactocerebrosidosis is a member of inherited sphingolipidosis that resulted from deficiency of beta-D-galactocerebrosidase, which is known as GALC. Okay, so this GALC is uh, GALC is also known as galactoceramide activity. Okay, the substrate galactocerebroside is a constituent of myelin and another metabolite of myelin turnover, oxytocin accumulate. Cytosine is highly cytotoxic to oligodendrogelia, and it is thought to be primary metabolite involved in the pathogenesis of the disease. Then consequences to the build-up of these toxic metabolites, leukodystrophy result. It is pathologically characterized by bilaterally symmetric demyelination of white matter of the brain, spinal cord, spinal nerve, roots, and peripheral nerve, and by the accumulation of globoid cell, predominantly perivascularly. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Ikmal. So to continue with this discussion, I'll begin by describing the signs and symptoms of our case study. So my name is Selvin and my matrix number is 178830. The initial sign and symptoms typically include irritability, muscle weakness, feeding difficulties, episodes of fever without any sign of infection, stiff posture, and slow mental and physical development. As the disease progresses, muscle continue to weaken, affecting the cutter's ability to move, chew, swallow, and breathe. Affected cutters also experience vision loss and seizures. Uh, Visual deficits and blindness may result late in the disease, but ophthalmoscopic lesions have not been observed. Visual problems and walking difficulties are the most common initial symptoms in this form of disorder. A progressive diffuse neurologic syndrome develops at young age and that occurs within a few months. And maybe Aisha, you can describe what are the diagnoses for this disease.
So, the disease. Hi, my name is Siti Aisha bin Harun, 180577. I will explain on how to diagnose the disease. And the disease may be diagnosed by its characteristic grouping of stem cell, which is multinucleated groupoid cells, and left demyelination and degeneration, and destruction of brain cell, fluorescent substance 12, and methyl and 7 nitro 2 oxal 1 3 diazophenyl and amidodeconoils, voice beta galactoside and BD galactosyrobroside was synthesized and used for the detection of galactosyrobroside activity. Enzyme determination using this substrate were found to be extremely sensitive, yielding an ambiguous result. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. And moving on, Wani, can you describe what are the biochemical processes that are involved in this disease?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Shazani Witi Ahmad with matrix number 178014. So I'm gonna discuss about one of the biochemical process in um, galactosylceramide disease. What is biosynthesis? What is a biochemical process occur, which is biosynthesis of ceramide, which is an acyl sphingosine. So the first thing that occur is a 3-ketosphingosine synthase, which is serine palmitoyl transferase, a pyridoxal phosphate dependent enzyme, catalyze the condensation of palmitoyl CoA with serine yielding, which is a 3-ketosphingosine pyridoxal phosphate dependent reaction. Next, the 3-ketosphingosine reductase catalyze the NADPH dependent reduction of 3-ketosphingosine keto group to form sphingosine, which is dihydrosphingosin. Next, dihydroceramide is formed by transfer of an acyl group from an acyl CoA to the sphingonine's 2-amino group, forming an amide bond. And the last step is dihydroceramide dehydrogenase converts dihydroceramide to ceramide by an FAD-dependent oxidation reaction. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Wani. So moving on to our last part, Jeanine, maybe you can continue from where Wani stopped.
Okay, my name is Yiling and my matrix number is 178225. For my part is about biosynthesis of ceramide. In synthesis from ceramide by addition of glycosyl unique from the corresponding UDP source. Galactocereboside is common component of brain lipids. Ceramide is catalyzed by UDP galactoceramide glycosyl transferase and galactocereboside is formed. Galactocereboside is rhizomally degraded by a series of enzymatic mediated hydrolytic reactions. These reactions are characterized at the liquid-water interface by soluble enzymes, often with the aid of sphingolipid activators protein (SAP), including saposin, GM2 activator, and SAPA through SAPD. These non-enzymatic ancillary proteins are thought to increase the accessibility of the carbohydrate moiety of the galactocerebrocyte to the reaction of the enzyme. The hereditary action of one of the sphingolipid hydrolase of a SAP result in a sphingolipid storage disease, which is Prague disease. Prague disease occurs due to lack of galactocerebrosidase, and its principal storage substance is the accelerated galactocerebrocyte. The results suggest that sphingolipid interaction that occur even in the absence of the original play a role in controlling the transmembrane distribution of cerebrocyte. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yini. So I guess that's the end to our discussion. So thank you guys.
Thank you.